Nigeria's former Vice President Atiku Abubakar visited ex-President Muhammadu Buhari in Daura, Katsina State on Saturday. The purpose of the visit was not disclosed, but videos on social media showed them working and conversing with their associates. This visit follows Atiku's recent meetings with former military President Ibrahim Babangida and ex-military head of state Abdulsalami Abubakar in Minna, Niger State. Atiku has been a fierce competitor against Buhari over the past decade. In 2014, he contested for the APC presidential ticket, but came third. In 2019, he ran against Buhari on the People's Democratic Party's platform, came second, and unsuccessfully challenged the results in court. Last year, he lost to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and also failed in his court challenge. Now joining me on the news at this time to discuss this is God bless Otubore, a political analyst. Thank you for joining me on the news. God bless. Atiku's visit to Buhari and Babangida have sparked speculations that he may be preparing to run again for the top job in the country. What do you make of this?
I mean, at the moment, it's just speculation because the man himself has not said he is, running for office. But of course, when somebody like Atiku Abubakar visits someone like Buhari, there is always the tendency to read political meaning to it. So, and of course, if you look at the trajectory of the meetings he's been having over the last couple of weeks or months, people, analysts are saying, it looks like it's preparing the way for 2027. Because I know that after the Supreme Court judgment, he did say that, INEC and every other person observing, and even the APC should clearly understand that he is not stepping away, but he's going to continue to work for Nigeria's democracy. So I think it is not out of place for people to think that he is just preparing the ground for such level of a run.
All right. Now, God bless this pattern of politicians, particularly those who have vested interest in I call it running for offices, particularly when it comes to the presidential level. We see a pattern where they visit ex-presidents. We are beginning. We saw it with Buhari himself. We saw it with President Tinubu, and right now we are seeing, something more similar to that with Atiku Abubakar. My question to you is this: crop of ex-leaders, how relevant are they to the current political climate in the country?
How relevant are they? So their relevance cannot be analyzed from one dimension. The power that the scale of their relevance in 2003 cannot be said to be the same in 2024. And that is simply because the political process has evolved and we have seen the unraveling of some of the mystery surrounding some of these people. Buhari has been given the opportunity to be president twice, and the country will not say it was a better experience. We've seen Obasanjo flip-flop in some of his position over the years. He's antagonized Goodluck, he supported Buhari, he's unsupported Buhari. We've seen Babangida, he tried to run, he didn't get a ticket. Then Abdulsalam is all about the peace process right now. Their relevance has definitely not remained the same. Nevertheless, because of how, the political system was designed from 1999 and the way resources have been apportioned and the level of power behind the scene, the way it has been designed has continually made these ex-leaders relevant because they still have a lot of people that they put in the military. They have a lot of people that they put in the police. Most of the guys who are in INEC today are probably people that were part of their list, go to the civil service. They have people that they've put there. Behind the scene, when the curtain is not raised, they have a lot of influence. But in an emerging world where we've sort of started using technology to decide who wins an election, a new electoral act, their relevance is diminishing. But we cannot rule it out, but we cannot also say it is where it is. So there's significance to such engagement. But of course, the millennials and the Gen Zs are going to say, we don't care, whatever you do, we're going to make the decision.
Anyway, that will lead me to my next question. Talking about the millennials and Gen Z, we don't see this kind of, will I call it political plotting, particularly for those that maybe have an eye to, someday, get the top job. Why is that?
Well, it is also because of the kind of society that Nigeria is at the moment. To be able to get the audience of Babangida, Abdul Salam, Obasanjo, Buhari for a young person who is not the son of a Tinubu, is not the son of a Theophilus Danjuma, is not the son of it is difficult. Why are the sons of these names, why are they not doing it? And it's a different kettle of fish. But because you have, elder hegemony of some sort, where, Nigeria, it's terrible. There's still no respect and commitment to nurture the next generation of leaders and give them access without stress from most of these people. So to even access them is hard. That is why Gen Z and millennials are saying, you know what? If an emerging platform of organizing to political power continues to emerge, then we will rather not have godfathers that we have to run to. So it's also two-dimensional. Our generation is saying we don't want to have godfathers that will be telling us what to do because they can claim that it was because you came to them that you became president. It does not take away the fact that we are going to negotiate and engage. But it's also a case of try to reach out and see the bottlenecks. It is almost impossible. It's not impossible because you still can reach Babangida and the rest of them if you continue to persevere. But also there is the thinking that if we must transform Nigeria, then we must change the way we access political power. And that in itself is why you don't see all of this junketing from one ex-leader to the other by younger generation, especially millennials and Gen Zs.
Okay, I'm still going to stay with you, on that line of thought, talking about the millennials and Gen Zs. What options are there? Because, this same ex-leaders, in their prime, many of them got involved in active politics. So, yes. So what options are there, particularly for the next generation of leaders? How can they, key into that journey early enough?
Well, so how do you key into the journey early enough? Is to get involved in the democratic process. Either you're working in the CSO space, or you're part of a political party, or you are working with somebody who is in office, or you just have natural interest to make things better. There is really no other strategy than what I have said. Get involved, get involved, get involved. I'm saying it now to every young person. Look, we're in our 30s right now. Some of us have registered to be members of political parties. Some of us have not. Now, those who have, continue to do so. Those of us who are out at the moment and are working in the civil society space, we're building the infrastructure that to make politics better for younger people and for a new country to emerge. So there is really no sitting on the fence. There's no saying I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm an engineer, and then I don't care. No. The way the country is right now, it is everybody's responsibility to be involved in the process. Register to join a political party, continue to advocate for better government and credible elections. And when you have things to do that has to do with the country, be involved. And let me say another thing, how young people can get involved. And I've said this on other forums. We need to start funding democratic work from private sector. The Nigerian SMEs, I know your profit is terribly hurt right now by inflation. I know the country has not really done this, as a practice. But for young people, the Florida waves, the come on now, the pay stacks, the
we get it. You may not need to mention names, but we get the picture.
Right?
Okay.
I'm just saying, all of these institutions, you need to devote at least a minimum of even if 0.5% of your budget to funding democratic process. That way, we are influencing policy, making the country better, and we can hold government accountable when eventually get into office. Yeah.
All right. God bless Buhari, political analyst. Thank you for joining me on the news.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.